the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on a giant screen with the few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What's up? How's it going, everybody?
What are you doing?
Man,
You doing that like...
sometimes you gotta give it to them. You gotta give it to them.
It's creepy,
Gotta
man.
do it to them. That's what we're doing up here. That's right, man. You guys are tuned in. You guys are tuned into the Drive-In Speakerbox. That's right. I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
I'm Jake the Grip.
And, yeah, man, tonight we've got a show for you. We've got a show with a new movie that we saw in theaters. Can you believe the first new movie in theaters that we have seen this pandemic? Actually, I guess that's not true. I did see Irresistible, I think was the name of that movie with Steve Carell. But this is like the first like big release that's been talked about, and we saw it in the theater yesterday.
The one that had its release date moved up to last month and then got postponed again and put right back to where it was supposed to be in the first place. But luckily, the whole reason they moved that release date was to avoid conflict with Mulan and other big movies. But Tenet and Mulan aren't in theaters either. So, hey, how about that?
How about that? Catch it outside. You know, it was Unhinged. We saw Unhinged, the Russell Crowe joint. We're going to be reviewing that later in the show. Pretty exciting stuff that we got to do. I'm pretty pumped that we got to go see a new movie. That's pretty awesome. So we're going to be talking about that later in the show. News, something that we've been talking about a lot lately, that I'm going to let you run with, is talk about the Batman.
Oh, man. Oh, you guys. DC Fandom, how about this? They released the trailer for The Batman, and it was just like all of those photos that you didn't believe in a few weeks back when we put them on the show.
I still am a little concerned about the with the whites in the eyes.
Dude,
It's weird.
I don't care. Everything in it looked awesome. It seems like, without doing any actual research into it, you have like a Riddler as the bad guy. The Batmobile actually looked super rad.
Looks like a car. Yeah. Looks like a car.
Why are you hating on this?
I'm not hating on it.
So hard right now.
I'm just,
You need to come to terms.
I didn't
with
cream
Robert
my bat
Pattinson.
jeans.
Dude, it was sick. I don't know. I was very excited about the whole thing. Looked super rad. I'm amped. Looks like how a Batman movie should probably be for the most part. I don't know. I'm excited. It looks good, man.
It's another Batman. We're getting another Batman.
Robert Pattinson looks like a decent Batman.
He does. I mean, I'm gonna say
They could make it a prequel to the Val Kilmer ones. Because
Were you hating before though?
I mean, yeah, because that's what I do. That's my default setting is hate on it.
No, you weren't really hating
like,
as
it
much
was
as
like,
the hardcore fans.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I was like, yeah, I'm skeptical. I'm always.
What's
skeptical.
a hardcore fan? Is a hardcore fan someone that thinks The Dark Knight is the Batman movie? Because if that is, fuck them.
Yeah, like there's actually
That's
the
not
purists too in the Batman
that-
addicts Facebook group I'm in. They're like just haterade.
Am I a
sit down
purist?
on that.
I think y'all are purists. You and the producer both are
Yeah,
super
I don't want to
purists.
derail, so yeah, I'd say you're more of a purist, Jake, than a fanboy or like I call him Nolan Universe fanboys.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different thing there. But yeah, I mean, it looked good. I'm a very big fan of Batman. I used to read a lot of comics. I have all of those Rocksteady games, which we also got a preview of the new Rocksteady game, the Suicide Squad game. So
Dude.
John Cena had 2 appearances at DC Fandom, one of them uncredited, as obviously.
But could you
the
see him?
Superman?
Did you see him? Could you see him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was Superman in the Suicide Squad trailer, and if they say anything otherwise, no, it's clearly John Cena. But I don't know how to feel about it though.
I feel out of the loop sometimes with you two. Like you guys are just all like just slurping down that DC and I feel so out of it. I'm like, I saw the Zack Snyder cut of the trailer, and y'all are like, but did you see in DC fandom the shoelaces on the Riddler? And I'm like, I missed the shoelaces on.
Did I miss it?
Dude, Gotham Knights game. Nightwing's
Yeah,
got
Gotham
air
Knights.
flares.
I
Nightwing's
just
got freaking air flares, man.
I don't know how that game is going to be. Is it going to be like a Fortnite style dumb
Hope not.
game? I don't know, man. Anything where they
sells.
put the Red Hood in it too. And where was Stephanie? Where was
I think the producers just needs to sit in on bad
no,
talk.
no,
this is
come
Come on.
Unhinged. This is
So,
Unhinged. This is
no.
Unhinged.
No, because everybody in the chat's talking DC, and I'm just like, okay, let's get the experts in here.
Well, man, come on.
He just wants
There
to
were-
grab another drink, probably off camera. Yeah.
No, I honestly, the real, I want to adjust my eye line. Like
Well-
on the screen, it's driving me nuts because So if you guys are tuned into the live stream, we have rebuilt the set, we have rebuilt our frame and everything, and so when I have to read the comments, I have to look over here. And if you're listening to the podcast, this doesn't mean anything to you. But if you're watching the stream, my eye line is like way over here in the corner, and it looks like I'm looking off camera. It's really weird. And for a guy that works in production, eye line's like super important, and it's driving me absolutely insane.
That's how mine always tends to be. But hey, you know what?
Chicken butt.
Johnny pointed out that it might be interesting to see Batman be a detective for once in a
That-
movie.
that I can get behind. I can
Because
totally
yes, that's
get behind
always
that.
what's been missing is they never make Batman a detective, and it's called DC Detective Comics, and that's for Batman being a detective, and there needs to be more of that, definitely. So I think that would probably be the best thing to come out of it. But getting in on the Suicide Squad video game and the Arkham Knights, in addition to the Batman, we also got a trailer for the Suicide Squad, aka Suicide Squad 2, and all 150,000 characters in it. We got they're bringing in Legion of Superheroes. So
What?
there's going to be 30th century time travel. They're bringing in Mongal. So you have you have Apocalypse brought into that to tie it in with Snyder Cut, maybe, because you have Mongal. So obviously there's going to be Mongol, and you're going to have Darkseid.
Mongal.
Yeah, they're brother and sister.
Well, of course.
Well, or aunt and nephew, depending. And then you have Polka Dot
does that
Man,
family
which
work?
is probably the one that I'm the most excited about in the entire movie.
What does Pokemon do?
Polka Dot Man.
What does he do?
He throws polka dots. He's a Batman villain. Didn't you watch Lego Batman?
So what do polka dots do?
They can do whatever he wants them to do for the purposes of stories and comic books. Come on, dude.
I'm following. I know Batman is
King Shark is going to be in it.
Yeah.
You get Captain Boomerang and Harley Quinn coming back.
King Tut and Clock King, are they gonna be in it too? Like, if we're gonna get
No,
all
I
the-
don't think Clock King's going to be in it. And I don't believe King Tut is a DC villain.
He was in the original Batman Bruce West, Bruce West. What am I saying? Billy West, Brad West. What's his?
Adam West?
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking.
60s Batman?
Yes, King Tut. He was in that. I have fond memories of that.
Was it
I don't know why
was it
my
Steve
brain
Martin?
has completely gone blank. Like tonight, I just can't think of anything.
He's had
But no,
another
he
high
was
life.
he was the pharaoh like dude that was like, oh,
That's generally who
Batman.
King Tut is.
And he was like fat, and he would go in there, and Adam West was like, and they'd slug it out with their bellies.
Yeah. Well, you also get people like the Thinker, played by Capaldi, so Doctor Who. You got Nathan Fillion being the Legion of Superheroes guy, armed detached boy, whatever the dumb Legion of Superheroes thing is, detachable arm man. There's so much going on in that trailer, and who knows how many of them are going to last for more than
1
2
second.
seconds. Yeah,
It's just
So-
it's trailer bait. It's trailer bait.
Yeah, but it's there. That's a thing that's happening. And then what was the other?
Flush Gang. Yeah,
what-
there you go.
What was the other big DC movie other than Wonder Woman? You got to see Kristen Wiig be Cheetah, so you got to see
Yeah.
the full on 100% CG.
Weren't they talking about Batman being in the Flash movie? And
Yeah,
you
Ben
got to see
Affleck
Ben
said he was
Affleck.
going to come back.
Yeah.
They debuted what Black Adam's going to look like, and it's pretty much exactly the same way that he's been thought to look for like the last several years. I don't know why that was a big deal. But
So some shout outs, dude. You got a little fan base going here. You got Ryan
Cool.
over from Facebook saying, "What's up, Jay? Cool
Yeah, hey.
shirt." Of course, Garrett, our man in KC, he wants to see KG Beast. I'm about that. I don't know who that is, but KG Beast sounds awesome. He sounds like a Russian wolf cop.
Dude, Wolf Cop, they just need to bring that into canon. Oh, when are we getting Kung Fury 2?
Kung Fury 2.
That's
I mean, it's
the movie
coming,
that
man.
I'm most interested in right now. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, dude. A lot of fandom.
Yeah. DC
Straight to the
fandom
dome.
brought a bunch of stuff to get people excited about DC.
So here's the
Again.
thing: it's like this DC versus Marvel universe thing. It's like Marvel's captured all the audiences of kind of the Brads, Chads, and
The weak sauce.
yeah,
folks.
the Susans of
I
the
said it.
world. But DC seems like it's going above and beyond to try and capture an audience, but it's still only capturing nerds like y'all.
Wow.
And
Hey, whoa. Did you see that Flula Borg is going to be in
It's a
Suicide
process.
Squad 2?
nerds like them.
It's a process.
Flula Borg is your boy.
Yeah, I never said I wasn't a nerd. You're the one that just can't accept what you are.
A cool boy? I accept that all the time, man.
I mean, I don't know if you're
That's
familiar
my
with,
curse.
Kubler-Ross's stages, but acceptance and denial are in there somewhere. Acceptance is the last one, and I think you're still stuck in denial,
No, it
dude.
took me a while to be okay with the fact that I'm just a super rad dude. But here I am, and I'm comfortable with that.
All right. Speaking of rad dudes, the Battletoads reboot came out
It did, and
after 20-something years.
I played through the first act and unlocked all of my ship skins for Sea of Thieves, and that's the only way I cruise on the waves now is with the
Battletoads.
fighting frogs.
Heck yeah, man. Battletoads, if you're not familiar with Battletoads, an old property video game. I think they had a very short-lived cartoon show. Pretty interesting little character band up there, and there's a new game, new beat 'em up. Beat 'em up's kind of coming back in a weird way right now, which is kind of interesting.
Before we get too far away from video games and slimy things, but still movie related, did you see there was the official announcement trailer for the Gollum video game?
There's a Gollum video game.
It's going to come out on PS5 and Xbox Series X, and you get to just play as Gollum, being a creep, crawling around on cliff
Taters
sides
and preciouses.
and eating raw fish and just being a creepy peepee.
Toasty fish.
Yeah, just like that. Biting off fingers and doing weird stuff.
Let's see. Blondie Darko on YouTube says that can't wait until I see Suicide Squad on demand for $50. Like, that's the model right
Yeah,
now.
like Mulan is going to come out here soon.
And Bill and Ted 3 is on pre-order right now on demand. I'm going to wait to see it in the theater, obviously. because-
Our AMC opens this weekend. So anyone here in our area, and if any of you guys check your local listings to see when your theater opens, but our AMC will be open again this weekend.
I think I've already got our boy Logan. I don't know if he's watching in the comments, but he's already grabbed me some tickets. So I'm gonna go see Tenet next week. We'll be reviewing it. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe next week's show. I don't know.
I'm going to see
if
if Bill and Ted shows up in our theater, and I
Oh,
will
dude.
do that.
I don't know if it's what's the release date on it?
28th.
The 28th, man. Oh, I've waited so long for this moment.
Our theater opens and Bill and Ted open at the same time.
Oh, dude, I just can't wait. I can't wait. Let me see other man. I don't know other news before we just going down the DC rabbit hole. Kenneth Branagh's Death on the Nile trailer came out. If you're
Oh,
into-
yeah. Did you watch it?
I did. And Kenneth Branagh, like the Artemis Fowl movie, not so good.
But Murder on the Orient Express was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a flair for like the overly dramatic and Shakespearean and theatrical, but when you try to get him to do any sort of like big budget, box office bait, it just does not work. But this, I think it should be pretty good. I mean, Murder on the Orient Express was actually really, really good. So I'm kind of looking forward to this one. But you can check out that. That trailer's out there. And Ridley Scott, I don't know if you saw this, Ridley Scott going back at it with a trailer to Raised by Wolves, about going to more androids and humans, but it's a new HBO Max series that he's working on. Again, sci-fi stuff. I have not been really impressed with Ridley Scott in a while, so this news doesn't like get me all super excited.
The story from it looked like it was really similar to the background story of that PlayStation game where you're the girl and you hack the dinosaur robots. What's the game I'm thinking of?
Turok?
No.
I don't know anything about PlayStation games.
No, crap.
I don't know. I didn't play
that game either. It's like a big PS4 exclusive game. You're like this red hair girl, and you just like take over these dinosaur animals, and now I can't think of what it's called. But it was I can't think of what it's called. Yeah, but the story of it is that they had these pods, these like spaceship style bunkers for the future, and they had kids that would be raised by these robots and grow up into a world where the robots were the ones that controlled how they learned. And this Raised by Wolves thing, Horizon Zero Dawn, there it is. I just remembered what it was. So that it seemed really similar to the story from the background story in Horizon Zero Dawn. So could be interesting.
I searched for dinosaur redhead, and I came up with Horizon Zero Dawn and Dino Crisis. Actually, I forgot about that game.
If those are the search terms, the girl from the Savage Land in Marvel Comics. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Somebody help me here.
I just know that like Sauron and the Mr. Sinister and
Sauron was from the Savage Lands. Yeah,
he was my favorite action figure. And what a superpower too. He's like, yo, you don't have superpowers around me. And like that was his power.
Also being an ugly pterodactyl man.
You're just normal. And I can still fly. Let's see. Blondie Darko asks, anyone watching High Score video game doc on Netflix? Yeah, I started it, and I don't like it. I watched a couple episodes, and I really like where they're going. Stylistically, it's really good. The pacing's cool, but they are just totally overlooking so many humongous, important milestones in retro gaming history that by the time it got to like the computer gaming one, I was ready to flip a table with stuff that they were completely overlooking and the stuff that they were focusing on. It was just like, it was like one of these docuseries.
What do you mean when you say computer gaming?
So there was an episode, I think it was episode 3, where they were talking about how, going from it started off strong. I was like, oh my God, is that Roberta Williams, who her and her husband founded Sierra and did the King's Quest series, and they jumped basically from that to Final Fantasy, like real quick, and I'm like, hey, whoa, that's a pretty big jump there. And they're overlooking so many things, and they're just kind of hitting on all the stuff that we kind of already know about. Like they're not really going through these timelines. It's not really. It's kind of.
Is every episode just fully in chronological, or is it like subject matter and they?
It's just kind of subject matter. They're like,
you guys like Nintendo? Well, let's talk about Mario. You remember Atari? Well, Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, we all know this. It's like, either are you just regurgitating stuff to the same audience that already likes this stuff, and we just want to say, hey, yeah, I remember that? Or are you trying to educate a new audience? Or are you trying to just appeal to people that think they want to be cool and learn about this stuff, but that's just the most surface level rudimentary? It's like, Sonic the Hedgehog was on Sega Genesis. Let's talk about it. And I'm like,
okay, yeah, we totally know that Sonic the Hedgehog was on Sega Genesis, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because was super into retro gaming and I know the history backwards and forwards. You can't do an episode about text-based computer RPGs and not talk about like Zork, and
just any mud.
Like or MUDs in general, which they missed. The complete missed the point on even talking about MUDs. Anyway, I don't know. But no, Blondie Darko says nice getting the backstory on Night Trap though, and yeah, Night Trap is if you never Night Trap's actually a really weird game, and I used to have a Sega CD copy when I used to work at Game Exchange.
What do they call those? The live action video games. There's a name for them where they're
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Sewer Shark and
full motion video. They're FMV. There it is.
Anyway, no, I spent a lot of my high school years and early college years being a super retro gamer nerd, and then I own a pinball bar, for Christ's sake, and I used to restore and repair old arcade machines with my buddy John over at Arcadia Retrocade. I mean, like, dude, you want to start going down the rabbit hole of retro game history, yeah, that show on Netflix is just like, you remember video games? Yeah, me too. And you remember Tecmo Bowl? Yeah, me too. And I don't know how much.
Johnny asked if they re-released Night Trap for one of the newer consoles, and they did. It is available, and you can get that now. But you know what? Video game documentary, since it is a movie, that I watched the other day after we had a talk after we got off
The
air.
Wizard.
No, I watched the Wizard.
War Games.
No, I watched that Killer Instinct documentary.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It's pretty good because it gives like a whole rundown of Rare as a company and where they were and how they made their relationship with Nintendo that lasted there until Microsoft purchased Rare when Nintendo decided they didn't like video games for people that wanted to play video games. They wanted to have, idiot-proof, dumb little baby child put the circle in the circle hole and the square in the square hole games.
At the time, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
No, that was way after.
Yeah, but it still carried on because they
Genesis
got off track.
was long gone.
Shut up. Dreamcast and Saturn were the best.
Also long dead by the point that Rare was sold to Microsoft.
I know, but
it doesn't matter. It was a good documentary, and it was fun to watch, especially now since we talked about Rare releasing a new Battletoads game and their success with Sea of Thieves and all that stuff.
When are we going to get a remastered Conker's Bad Fur Day?
They already had that.
No, not just like a polish, like a full-on redo, like a just.
You know how we bitch about remaking movies because they don't have any new good
everything
ideas?
on Nintendo 64 was trash, except for Ogre Battle 64 Person of Lordly Caliber.
No, sir, you never played Perfect Dark.
Yeah, and it's stupid.
Jet Force Gemini was sick.
It was
first-person shooters on N64.
Everything that tried to use that.
Gemini was a third.
Everything that tried to use that polygon, like 64-bit, like 3D rendering garbage, looked like trash.
What about Zelda?
It was like if I wanted to
Mask.
play like long versions of the I Want My MTV video, like that's basically every time I turned on an N64, I was like,
that would be sick. Can someone mod a 64 so that every time you turn it on, it does the Dire Straits
graphics? It's like Nintendo 64 was certainly in dire straits because the graphics were garbage trash and everything was that blocky bullshit headache maker, except for N64, Ogre Battle 64 Person of Lordly Caliber.
If graphics are what you're judging everything by, then you've never played a good video game.
I mean, graphics-wise, N64.
The sprites were shit.
N64 hardware-wise, if we want to talk about graphics, and there are certain titles that took
expansion
advantage.
pack. Dude.
Yeah, that's the thing though. That's where Nintendo effed up, right? Like in terms of the cartridges being the cost of good was so high. If there was multi-platform,
y'all are talking about the console
we're
that succeeded Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo much better.
I'm talking about everybody.
Do you forget that PlayStation was created by fucking Nintendo?
Yeah, we talked about this.
They made that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that everybody's
Sony
choice
doesn't make things on their own.
On N64, the choice to chase the rabbit hole of using that big polygon blocky 3D graphics that were new at the time, and it was like, oh look, it's so three-dimensional but still looks like shit. Like, that was a bad choice.
Okay, well then we're going to start judging movies by what was good at the time, and now in retrospective. You can't do that. It's a
I'm saying that Jurassic Park looks every bit as better than Jurassic World because they made stylistic choices.
Dash Rendar.
They made
You don't want to
stylistic.
be a super cool boy in Shadows of the Empire.
I'm saying that
Rogue
the games.
Squadron?
I'm saying that games on this. I'm saying that Chrono Trigger looks every bit as good as anything that was on N64
You have a big
and
old
better.
stupid Sega blindfold right in
Chrono
front
Trigger
of your
was on
face.
Super NES, dummy.
I think the criteria or attributes were ranking these things.
I'm saying that to
It's not
this
aligned.
day, people use pixel animation to make very amazingly beautiful, detailed games, and no one uses that blocky polygon bullshit.
Because they
Listen
have
to this
more.
retro
They have
nerd.
access to more than 64
Listen to
bits.
this retro nerd, guys. Look at this retro nerd over here, just hating
Yeah.
on the polygons. But
Polygons are
But
stupid.
then when the hardware kept, started to catch up, more polygons equals more curvatures, right?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
curvature,
Yeah.
not polygons.
Yeah, I mean, but that makes up the.
You know what
anyways.
game that no one liked the graphics on because they're little butt snobs like you about? 13. That's getting a full-on remake.
Yeah, because it needed it.
I think they're keeping the cell shading.
You didn't like the Tomb Raider triangular bosoms? Come on now.
No, dude, give me
Wow.
curvature.
Exactly. So you need more polygons to make it.
More, not one.
Hey,
If I want a boob, I want it to have
it's
more
a
than one
process.
polygon.
It's a process.
I want to have multigons. You know?
Remember movies?
Hey, dude, Tomb Raider was a movie. Sonic the Hedgehog was a movie. Mario Brothers was a movie.
Yeah, and Sonic's the only good one.
I mean, we're technically talking about movies.
Hey, Mortal Kombat reboot.
Mortal
What's up?
Kombat was 3
What's-
movies.
Is that still going to happen? Because last I
going
read, it
down.
was
Yeah.
fully canceled.
What? No, yeah, it's still going down. 2021, I thought.
Was that something they said at DC
Shit,
Fandom?
Now we going down the MK rabbit hole. Never mind. All right.
No, I want to know because
gonna
that's
mute my-
Warner
I'm gonna mute
Brothers, and
myself.
Warner Brothers owns DC, and I want to know if Mortal Kombat's still on the table because last I read they had shelved that project again.
Click. Muting.
This show's about to go on a fatality. Finish him, fatality.
You can have friendship endings.
Toasty.
You can have babalities.
Boobalities. Multi-polygon boobalities.
No, that's going back to Killer Instinct with Orchid.
Yeah. House of the Dead was a movie, and we had to suffer like G did.
Yeah, Doom was a movie too, with The Rock.
Doom was a
Yeah,
movie. Oof.
it was real bad.
Oh, God. Oh, God. All these video game movies. Dungeon Siege was a movie with one less job. It was so bad. World of Warcraft was a movie. You remember that World of Warcraft was a movie?
Yeah, super successful.
Jeez. In China. It made a ton of money.
Doesn't
I
matter
can't
where
believe
it's
we haven't gotten a
successful
sequel.
if it's still-
I actually want a sequel to that. Can we get a sequel to World of Warcraft?
No.
Why?
Was it a good movie? I actually didn't.
It wasn't
watch that
terrible.
title. I haven't watched that.
It wasn't terrible. It's better than most Marvel movies that I have to sit through.
Oh,
Gauntlet down.
Dude, when we went to the theater last night and watched the movie, there was a Black Widow trailer, and it's
Oh, man.
basically the entire movie because it was 15, 20,000 minutes long. It was seriously a very long
it was
trailer. and you-
like you went to the bathroom and came back, and the Black Widow trailer was still going. You're like, is this trailer still? And I was like, yeah. Anyway, you want to talk about the movie that we saw in the movie theaters?
yeah, let's do that.
We saw a movie in the movie theaters, a new movie, Russell Crowe movie, Unhinged the movie, Incel the movie. We saw it. It was great.
It was. So yeah, just get that out of the way. This movie was pretty sick. It was fun.
In
I had a good time.
multi uses of the word sick, this movie was definitely it.
You had a blast.
Oh, dude,
bro.
but it's because I have a pretty fucking dark sense of humor when it comes to violence on screen, and nothing makes me like guffaw out loud in the theater more than a very well timed and well executed body getting smashed by a car.
Well, and a lot of it
like
was
Meet Joe Black. I laughed out loud in the theater. I just something. I don't know. It's like a knee jerk when I see someone on screen. Like if I saw it in real life,
it just
I
gets
would-
murked.
It's just like, boom, 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 and he does like the three. I don't know what it is about on screen
Spoiler.
ragdoll physics. I just can't stop laughing, and yeah, man, Unhinged had some like
So
very like just whoa, holy shit.
yeah, Unhinged. It felt a lot like Terminator 2. It really did.
Dude, this big, fat, unstoppable incel that's just like chasing down.
And they
this
don't even give him a
lady.
name. He's the man.
He's all men. He's the personification
Oh, wow.
of what every person hates about white male
So,
America.
but they don't shove the girl power down your throat. It's there for it to be there, and you can be like, well, look at that. But it was a lot like Terminator 2, but with the murder scenes of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, dude. Oh,
And
dude.
those two things come together to just be a very enjoyable, like kind of revenge movie, but then kind of like thriller, like
Because it's very
murder
much
movie.
they
Because at
bar-
first you're like, yeah, this guy, yes. Like,
you're kind of rooting for him at the very beginning. Like even though
because you've been in that situation.
you've been in that
and
situation where you kill your family and then you're sitting at a stoplight and then someone just like honks at you and flips you off as being a huge bitch, you know.
Listen, he
or
gave
dick.
her every opportunity. Okay.
Yeah, and I
He
mean,
was
it's like you've been in it.
definitely in the right.
It was kind of
this-
weird how this movie opened. He's just like, "Excuse me, ma'am, did you mean to slam your horn at me so rudely?" And she's like, "Shut up, asshole!" And he's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, maybe we could just hit the reset button and, you know, maybe just give me a courtesy tap. Like, I've had a real bad day and I zoned out." She's like, "Shut up, asshole!"
No, and he's even like, hey, listen, I'm having a bad time and a bad day. Seems like you are too, and I'm sorry if I made that worse. So I'm sorry.
He's like, "My bad."
and then she's like, oh, take that sorry and shove it up your ass, dick smacker man. And he's
And
just
then
like,
he goes, "Well,
okay.
I'm going to make it my personal mission to kill you and your entire family."
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, that escalated quickly. And
yeah, but like, she earned a big portion of it at the beginning.
Anybody like it gives you this it's a kind of a weird mind trip because you kind of like you're kind of like, yeah, dude, I'd want to run over her car too, because like, why was she so rude to this dude? And it just so happened that this dude was on a psychotic break, and this and here's the thing that
And everyone calls him names, and they point it out, and no one makes anything easy for him. You know, no one asks him about it or tries to help. They just don't care.
well, and you know, not to side with this guy because he's totally the bad guy in the whole movie.
But that's the fun of the movie.
But
is
that's
like
what kind of gets you in this weird like mindset, is because he's the every guy, and not just guy. He's the every person in the society. Like the opening credits take this moment to give you like this weird montage of the state of the world. It's like everybody's on the brink. Mental health is one of our least looked at and most prevalent problems in our society, and people are more stressed out than they ever have been, and people are just angry all the time. And there's moments where like she's driving through the neighborhood and this lady's like, "Get out the way, fuck you!"
Yeah, she's running from a serial murderer. She's like scared for her life, and then this woman just wants to stand in front of her car and yell at her without any
And she's
consideration
like,
of
"I'm being
why
chased by a
she's-
murder," and she's like, "Yeah, but I'm walking, so shut up."
Yeah.
And like it's like, whoa, and it's you're stuck in this moment. You're like, yeah, this is a world I live in, and there is a razor's edge that is making this movie, which is complete fantasy, into something that could be total reality. And this is a movie that I thought looked
The only thing that
so
separated
stupid
it from being real is like the sheer luck he has to not get caught.
Oh yeah, there's like no police. Like I can roll stop through at 300 block on a Blur's Day afternoon where there's no human beings around, and I'll roll through a stop sign and like, oh shit, lights in my, and he's just like murks a dude, murks another dude, runs all stoplights,
But
plows
isn't that
8
how it really
minivans.
goes? Because they are too busy being like, oh, did you notice that you like went 6 inches past the line there, idiot? And you're like, dude, there's literally someone being murdered right
Yeah,
there. It's like,
do you
hey,
not see the aortal squirt of this
put
person?
your hand down. Don't point right now because I'm talking to you. Johnny asked if she had that stupid decal, the family, on the back of her vehicle. I wish she did, and I wish that every time he would have killed someone, he just like razored one of them off or something. Just erased them from the back of the vehicle.
Oh man, but I think it's got said in the comments. I don't remember who said it, but yes, like when I was watching this, I immediately thought of Falling Down.
Well, so that's what the movie felt like Terminator.
Movies.
All of the killings were very Nightmare on Elm Street because some of them were just like so comical or just like whoa. What? Like that's really how he did that, and then in psychotic and just out of nowhere, and then
a little bit maniac
but the whole
cop,
the
a little
premise
bit,
of
yeah.
it was Falling Down. So it was that same thing of you take someone who could be anybody, just a well-meaning, nice person, and you push them too far, and that's what he keeps saying too.
Well, it's like the
He's
Joker
like,
Very
I
Bad
didn't
Day
want this.
storyline.
You
know, it's
pushed
like
me to this.
Not to go back to DC, but the Joker just a very bad day, kind of like this is how this guy got. What was the one?
Is that the animated movie where you see the origins of him as a stand-up
and
comic
it's just like
with the wife?
I think it's just called A Very Bad Day. But it's just one of those things that the every person could just given a certain set of circumstances could turn into like this dude that kills you in the middle of a diner. Which was. Man, this movie, like, I went into this movie thinking it was going to be totally stupid and I was going to hate it because, A, I don't really like Russell Crowe that much, and B, it's just this weird indie movie that's about, like, big fat incel dude trying to kill all these guys. And I'm like, okay, I'll go see it because, hey, movie in the theater. But I ended up having a lot of fun, and I don't know if it's just because, I'm so happy to be back in the theater again, seeing a movie that's new, or, like, this movie was actually a hell of a lot of fun.
Dude, I liked it, man, because it had, like, that classic action movie feel, but it was tense, and you had like the thriller, and then he would straight up murder people, and you're just like, Jesus, man, like what are you
very
doing?
Michael Myers, unstoppable sort of the shape just coming at you, and you're like, how does this what? And because it's Russell Crowe, it's big fat beer bellied Russell Crowe, and just like kicking doors down in a pickup truck, and you're like, yeah, it's just such a weird journey because you kind of at the beginning you're so kind of like, yeah, dude, I've been in there, I want to run this person off the road, but then you're like, oh well, maybe that okay, I don't want to actually knife somebody. This escalated quickly.
Johnny asked if he was fighting around the world. I really wish that they would have had that playing on his radio when he rolled down the window, just fighting around the world. Come on, Tugger. From South Park. Russell Crowe and his friend, the Tugger the tugboat, and they're fighting around the world, and it's just Russell Crowe going to different countries, punching people for no reason.
I can't believe that Russell Crowe was the same guy that was Maximus in Gladiator.
Mm-hmm. And he was a beautiful mind.
I mean, that waistline's pretty much at the Maximus right now. Like, it's,
It's a movie.
Woof. Anyway, we both really kind of enjoyed this movie, and it kind of feels weird. I don't know if I'm allowed to enjoy this movie because I don't want to be pegged as like some fat white incel.
No, you can't. See, you keep throwing that out there.
Did you see this movie?
Yeah, dude, it's 90 minutes of like revenge, but it puts you on both sides of
Some
it.
sad white bastard who's like fat, and his wife was cheating on him, and he murders the shit out of her, and then he's just like, "You're a woman, and I hate you too, and I'm gonna murder your ass."
No, it's because she was a butthole in traffic, and everyone can relate to having to deal with someone in traffic that's awful.
It's true. But when they gendered it all like that, why can't we get a gender flip of this? So it's like some lady that's like in traffic, and she's just like,
it could be the mom and the son, and that way it makes it more scary. Because if it was like,
we need equality in this.
If it was friggin' Dutch from Predator that cut him off in traffic, he's like, "Hey, screw you, Bennett." And, he'd be like, okay, well, I
now I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah. See, that wouldn't work. But when you have, Miss Loser Job, a deadbeat crap mom who's only 4 years.
Oversleeping, making her kid late for work, baiting him with promises of Dairy Queen blizzards after school just so he'll shut his damn mouth after getting detention.
Yeah, with her worthless reefer addict brother, and they like shoved her mom in a home so that they could sit around and be reefer addicts and not do anything and live off of her life instead. See, there's something in there for everybody.
It's fun for the whole family. That gets murdered by Russell Crowe.
Hold on. Vince said Ed O'Neill is Dutch. I'm just imagining like Ed O'Neill in
movie's
Wayne's
canceled
World
at this point, right? We can't show that. The Dutch is canceled.
What?
Ed O'Neill, I think, as a human, and every character he's ever played, I don't think can be transported to 2020 because he's very much.
Did you not watch Modern Family?
Is
ever?
he in that?
Yeah.
No,
He's
that's
the
right.
dad.
He's the dad. I forgot. But I'm talking about like Married with Children Ed O'Neill or Dutch Ed O'Neill or pretty much anything like 85 through 96 Ed O'Neill, or he's just like hand on dick being like, yeah, I fart and I like sex. And like I don't know if that's a thing that we can do in 2020. That was Ed O'Neill's brand.
Yeah, but what if he was like the donut hockey owner from friggin' Wayne's World?
I mean, he was. Yeah.
As Dutch from Predator, and he like comes in with like that same like attitude that he has talking to the camera. That would be cool. I'd watch.
I thought Vince was talking about Ed O'Neill in the movie Dutch.
I thought he meant Dutch from Predator, like I was talking about.
Ed O'Neill was there was a movie called Dutch, and he was like a piece of shit dad or something. And yeah, see, I was right.
Yeah, but I like my idea a lot right now.
Yeah, he's like, been pushing too many pencils. And then the studio audience is like, ah!
I want the cast of Married with Children to replace the cast of Predator, and it be the same movie.
Like Christina Applegate, like Ed O'Neill goes, get to the helicopter, do it now, and she's like, ah. I don't know. I don't understand how this is gonna work, dude.
It'll work. Just imagine Al Bundy as Dutch,
and then like at the end credits,
and Jefferson as
they're all in the jungle, and it's like love and marriage, love, and it freeze frames in the jungle, and they're all like smiling at the camera.
Peggy is the Predator.
It's the Institute, baby,
and Bud is Shane Black.
Yeah. What the hell
Jefferson
is this show
is Jesse
even about?
Ventura.
Guys, what is this show about?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be. It used to be about movies, and now it's just about like stuff that we've seen on TV and the internet, and we talk about it for an hour.
I mean,
is that okay? Logan says Fast and the Furious and Predator. God damn it.
Oh, no.
Logan.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No, with the comment. Why? Why did I read that out loud?
DC to
Oh,
Mortal
dude,
Kombat
it has to
now.
be Hobbs and Vin
Shazam.
Diesel, and they have to shut down the Predator.
Predator would get murked, man. He'd get
Dude,
owned.
the Predator would get owned so quick.
Yeah, because Ludacris would
Even
come up and be
Super
like,
Predator.
"Oh!" and kill Predator somehow.
Yeah, Tej would come up with some technology, and then friggin' Tyrese would goof it up on accident, and then it would make it really successful, and then they'd be like, "Oh, that's just what we needed," and then Hobbs would be like, "Good job, idiot," and then it would be the best. I'm gonna write this. This
and
is.
then
a
one of
script.
them would fall in love with one of them's sister.
What?
Didn't that happen in Hobbs and Shaw? When The Rock was like, I'm going to do one last job on your sister's crotch. And he's just like, I'm mad at you because one last job. I'm Jason Statham. And then they fought because, like, sexual tension because siblings. And, like, that was, like, the whole movie. And then it was, like.
I don't think you watched the same movie
It was
that
noon
I watched.
for 3 hours of that movie and that fight scene. And because they didn't fucking bother to do any continuity with all the shadows. It was, like, noon.
I'm just
and
saying
then
you've never been to American Samoa, so.
Apparently not. I don't know how the fucking solar system works, and
It's different on island time, bro.
apparently so, man. Like, God, Jesus, Logan, thank you for bringing up Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Thanks.
God, stupid movies. They're so stupid. Meanwhile, he's over here sitting with a Rock t-shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys aren't watching the live stream on Monday nights or the replays of them on our Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, you're missing out. If you're just finding this on Spotify or Tuned In or whatever the hell MP3 podcast aggregator that you use, Apple Podcast or Google Podcast or whatever they changed it to this week so that people like us have to change the way our upload algorithms are, you need to get on this live stream so you can participate in the chats. It's fun and it's exciting and it derails us every week and it's awesome.
It totally does completely derail us. I want to
It's
know
because
about
there's no
this.
movies to talk about
Kids
right
from
now.
Flowers in the Attic versus Mother Dearest. I think anyone that's beating people with wire hangers is going to win. And
Wait, what did you?
most of these
Oh, I
fights.
see that comment. Okay, stay with me on this. Says Blondie Darko on YouTube. It says the kids from Flowers in the Attic versus Mother Dearest. Who would win? Is it Mother Dearest or is it Mommy Dearest?
Oh,
The coat hanger, right?
yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about someone getting beat with wire hangers right now.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No.
It's I thought it was. Yeah, okay, Vince. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was Mommy Dearest. That just sounds dark, man. I mean, I guess Blondie Darko living up to the name there. Yeah, man. Look at this. We got YouTube, we got Facebook, we got Twitch comments, all converging together as one on the stream. Fun times. Be a part of it. Like and subscribe. Smash it. I mean, we're trying to do more Twitch. So get up on that. YouTube, Facebook, subscribe. All three. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Participate, please. It makes us feel like we're doing this for a reason. Vince, he says only the cool kids are on Twitch.
That means you got to get rid of your account.
Yeah, that's right.
Got him.
Not cool. Says we need a segment to replace the box office roundup temporarily. Although we're about to get the box office back next week, we're going to be seeing Tenet. I believe Logan in the comments. He just tuned in on Facebook. We're going to go see. We're going to go see Tenet next week. You want to join us, dude?
Maybe. I mean, we'll see if Bill and Ted's out or if I can deal with.
I'm going to go see both.
Mind bending. Plus, if the tickets are already bought, that means the seats next to it have been blocked already.
But what if we say you're a part of our COVID group?
I don't think you can do that. You have to pre-reserve seats.
That's stupid. But speaking of Tenet news, that I was gonna say, there's this big debate about launching Tenet in drive-in theaters in communities that don't have theaters. They're limiting what it'll come out in drive-ins and not drive-ins. They're like really picking and choosing because we're like, we don't want people filming it from their cars and releasing spoilers. And I'm like, why is everybody treating Christopher Nolan like M. Night Shyamalan, aka from like 97 through 2004? Like,
where the twist is the only thing that makes it worth watching.
Yeah, everybody's treating Christopher Nolan like, from the mind of Christopher Nolan, something that you've never even fathomed as a human being on this plane of existence. He's gonna make you fucking think about the world in a different way the next time you're at a lame fucking frat party smoking your first joint. You're gonna be like, what's the dreidel mean, bro? Upside down buildings, bro. What if you did Post-its to remember your memories, bro? Was Batman even a thing, bro? Joker's the best one, bro. It's like, dude, Christopher Nolan's not that amazing. He makes decent movies. He's not like Palindrome, the movie. It's not like this big mind fuckery that everybody's thinking. This is like a time like Palindrome, same as the beginning to the end. They meet in the middle and they're saying them both ways. It's Taco Cat, the movie. Guys,
Race car.
quit jerking his wiener. Like Christopher Nolan. Inception, dude. Remember when it was like a time and he's talking to his daughter from the future space and he's like he was in the bookshelf. It's like, dude, there are episodes.
That's a different movie.
No, there was episodes of Star Trek that made me think way harder, and it Tribbles made me think harder about life than any Christopher Nolan movie has ever made me think about.
Yeah, I mean, Tribbles get deep, man.
Dude.
They're the one creature in the galaxy that strikes fear into Klingons. How come? We don't know. We need to know more.
Christopher Nolan. He makes solid movies, man. They're good. He's a good director. He's not. I mean, he's just because you watch Christopher Nolan movies doesn't mean you're like an auteur. Oh, I watch Christopher Nolan movies. I'm deep, baby. You want to go tug on my pee-pee? Like, I mean, this is like people are using this as like, go watch, some real art film. Go watch something that really go watch Beyond the Black Rainbow or something, and then like tell me that that Christopher Nolan's weird. Like, get out of here, man. Go watch El Topo and be like, oh well, Christopher Nolan's such a mindfuck. Like, nah, dude. Like, no. Don't do that. I'm gonna go off this before it rolls out of the comments. Vern was like, "What if Macho Man was in?" You saw it.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I've been thinking about it because while we're recasting Predator, if you put Macho Man in Predator and he saw the Predator up in the trees, he'd go, "Come down here and face me like a man. I got you for 1, 2, 3 minutes of playtime. And
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Come get me.
I got you for 300 rounds of playtime. Tuk, 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 tuk." That'd be sick. Yeah, but that'll never happen.
You're one ugly mother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brother.
We could have him as Rastlor, and Rastlor could collect a predator from the galaxy and have him compete on the stage of heroes.
Come on down from them trees.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Macho Man would climb up the tree branch, hit him with an elbow drop. Ah. Hey, SummerSlam was yesterday, y'all. Wrestling's a thing.
Oh man.
Oh, this weekend, you Can't Kill David Arquette documentary comes out.
More David Arquette. Oh, how the show goes full circle sometimes. It's unbelievable.
Hold on. One of the Twitch viewers said Macho Man as the Predator. Undefeatable. You wouldn't be able to get it. Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, brother."
Yeah, when it like modulates the voice. Yeah. Cream of the crop. And
Yeah.
then it does like the creepy laugh.
Yeah. What was that? Billy's laugh? Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's not talk about wrestling anymore, guys.
Let's talk about Predator more. Billy should have had more screen time because he was super rad.
He was pretty.
Because then he
super rad.
stood on that log and he took out that giant Bowie knife and he just like slid it down his chest and he was ready for the Predator. And then it just cuts away and kills him off screen.
Yeah.
What the hell? I was like, I want to see Billy fight this Predator. They gave more time to friggin' Topher Grace
What?
in the Predators.
Oh, I was like, damn, what are you talking about?
And the shoeless Yakuza guy.
I forgot about that movie. I have not thought about that. Yeah, that's the dude right there.
Yeah. I wanted
mean-
to see Billy throw down with the Predator.
My favorite is like, the inclusion of Bill Duke. Like Bill Duke, he was Mac. He was the one that broke the razor on his cheek. Where he's just, like,
yeah,
shaving.
dude. I've seen Frank Duke's friggin' Bloodsport.
Dude, Bill Duke was in every like mid 80s to early 90s action movie, and he always played like some tough
was
as
in
nails
it wasn't Forrest Whitaker.
son of a bitch.
Which it was who? Now I'm confused.
No, you're totally confused. He was in Commando. He was
Yeah.
there he is right there. He's gonna snap that pop. Dude, he was in Commando, he was in Predator, he's in Action Jackson, Menace to Society. Like, this dude was in all of these movies. Sister Act 2. I mean, he was
there you go.
He was in all Red Dragon. He was
See, I think that's why, because normally he's like in a suit. He's like the dude
He's
following.
the dude in the suit, like the
Yeah.
big hard ass in the suit that is not afraid to pull that gun out when
Yeah, because
shit
he
gets
comes
real.
up and his face is just real like lowered, and he's there when someone's in trouble.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
like, "You don't want me here. I'm a bad son of a bitch."
But then he's just crawling on his back, and he comes up under the log, and he's like, "How come this thing is being aimed at my face?" And then he has his face blown clean off.
into the camera. He's in Payback. Like, dude, shout outs to Bill Duke. Like,
How did Shane Black fit in with that? You had Bill Duke, and you had Carl Weathers, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Billy, and friggin' Jesse the Body Ventura, and then you just have like Shane Black. He was like, "What's up, guys? I read comic books, and I'm also a special forces guy." And you're like, "Dude, you're half the size of these guys."
nah, Shane Black's awesome. Shane
He's
Black's super
not
awesome.
Schwarzenegger. He's not Carl Weathers.
No, he's none of those things. He looks like, what's that guy's name? It's gonna drive me absolutely insane. Oh, hang on. I know a movie. That
Shane Black didn't write it, but he helped rewrite some of it. They brought him in as a consultant, and they put him in the movie. They hired him as an actor because he didn't want to write it, and then once he was on set, they conned him into helping with rewrites.
So I don't
There's
know.
a whole big thing about it.
I don't know why, but I think like older life Shane Black reminds me of a younger life Kevin Pollak. Anyone? Google it later. It's funny.
Johnny's asking why Rob Schneider was in Judge Dredd.
Because Rob Schneider was in everything back then.
Because 90s, and if you're a fan of Judge Dredd, they needed to ruin Fergie, King of the Big Stinky, for you by making him Fergie. So there's that. But I don't mind Rob Schneider like you do.
I cannot stand Rob Schneider.
But that's because Surf Ninjas, man. Surf Ninjas is the coolest.
And everybody in the nose like, you can do it. And I'm like, oh, God, the Rob Schneiders. I mean, I think he peaked as the dude at the office that was like, the Barbarino, making the copies. Like, that was the pinnacle of Rob Schneider's career, was that skit on
I feel like that's what you've always
SNL.
aimed. Like, that's where
That's
the
you're pinnacle
shooting.
of Rob Schneider, is the making the copies.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was shit. Like, what was he in that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme about the pants that had explosive buttons? Do you not remember that one?
What?
Yeah, dude.
Pants with explosive buttons.
Yeah, man. He was in this movie. It was, oh, God. He was the comic relief.
Is it a knockoff?
Knockoff. Yes, it was knockoff because they were knockoff blue jeans that had that had the little explosive buttons on the those little studs that you're like, what are these things
Rivets?
for? Those little rivets that have they look like little metal nipples all over your pants. And look at them again. And,
I mean, I've seen a rivet before, yeah.
no, a rivet's flat. These are little metal nipples.
What about on the other side of the rivet?
Yeah, but that's not, no. Yeah, there it is. Why does it say Alamy all over their clothes?
Stock photo.
Oh, dumb. Why don't they have stock photo movie grabs? Anyway, that movie's stupid because of Rob Schneider.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
and because of Jean-Claude Van Damme, but whatever.
You just said a movie about pants with exploding buttons, and you're like, oh, that movie's dumb solely because of this one actor that's in it, not because of the entire premise of this movie.
I'm saying that Rob Schneider didn't improve this movie. Okay? I mean, Jean-Claude Van Damme did the splits, did the things, should have been fine. Bloodsport was great. Time Cop was great.
Well, yeah, Bloodsport's about Frank Dukes, and it's
Street
amazing.
Fighter was
Time Cop
whatever.
rules. Street
Yeah, see?
Fighter is a movie with Raul Julia in it.
Yeah, Academy Award winner Raul Julia. Gomez Adams.
Yeah, I mean, what are more great Jean-Claude Van Damme movies? Lionheart,
Kickboxer.
The Quest.
Legionnaire.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one?
Actually, fun fact about Legionnaire, that was one of the first movies that was released in theaters and at like the video rental store at the same time, because we're going to try and pilot that thing. They're trying to pilot right now with video on demand and theater. But what else?
What was that movie where he's in the hockey rink?
No, you're thinking that's not Jean-Claude.
Yes, it is.
I thought that was Hard Target.
Yeah. No, Hard Target's the one where he has the mullet and he punches the snake.
I thought that was.
We talked about that when Wilford Brimley died the other day because he was the
that's right.
uncle in Hard Target.
Because that was a really good mullet. That was a really good mullet. I thought that was Steven Seagal at the ice rink.
Mm-mm. Sudden Death.
Okay.
It's a good one. But there's like a whole kitchen scene, so it's kind of done like Under Siege a little bit.
Did he do the splits in that one?
I mean, he does eventually.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
JCVD. There you go.
Oh, dude. The Mercedes-Benz commercial where he does the splits between the two semi-trucks.
Volvos.
Was it Volvo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. It was so good. So good.
Real thing.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, and they did it. I think they did like one take.
Yeah, because it's JVCD, dude.
Shout out to my Vietnamese brother, Gomwe with Jean-Claude.
Dragon Eyes.
It was okay.
Wasn't he in one of the Expendables movies?
He
as
was
well?
the bad guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was. Oh, Jean-Claude. Anyway. All right. Well, before we go on another entirely ridiculous downward spiral of Jean-Claude Van Damme action movies, we're out of time, man.
What was that Amazon TV show that he's in that's actually really good?
JCVD.
No.
That's what it was called, wasn't it?
No. JCVD was a movie where he's in prison.
I thought that was an Amazon show. Something about like I thought that was what it was. But I know what you're talking about because it came out at the same time as The Tick. They piloted it and they did all those things. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember the name of it though. Anyway, all right. Well, we need to get out of here. You got to go to work. I've got things I got to do. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. I'm the Boom Operator.
I'm the Grip.
Tune in next week. Like and subscribe. Smash it.